Lovely to be with all of you here on Sunday morning. And we have a little bit of a process change here. Amber is down and out with a little bit of summer cold. So you get to have just me, and I get the delight of being with all of you this morning. For those of you who don't know, Temple of Wholeness is a 501c3 church organization dedicated to helping individuals and collectives in their process of spiritual awakening, personal maturation and development, and deep connection to the fundamental nature of who and what they are as the fundamental ground state of all of reality. Today we are in the exploration of a topic that I love called a fountain of blessings. This is a amazing practice to help you recenter yourself and turn on the spigot of all the blessings in your life. And those that sometimes feel far away, when they sometimes feel like you're not sure when they're going to show up again, to be in the full presence of that which is a blessing. So, as you know, those who have been with us, we usually start with an attunement. We drop into our bodies, and then a practice, and then a prayer. And usually Amber and I trade those back and forth. But today, since just me, we're just going to roll right through from one all the way through the prayer, and then we'll open it up for any questions or comments, and then send you on your way to have the most beautiful Sunday possible. So, let's start with an attunement. I'm going to invite you to take the most deep and delicious breath that you can. Notice where the breath naturally wants to go in the body, where without thinking, it is easy and simple for the breath to go. That part of the body that naturally yields to the breath, where the breath is invited. And feel that interchange, that expression, that relationship between the expansion of the breath and the body and the tissues, and then the natural relaxation of the body, expelling the breath. And just notice all those places that the breath feels naturally receptive to. All those places in the body, the breath naturally feels excited to explore. And you may notice, as you feel that little bit of animation, that little bit of life force and excitement in the breath, the breath wants to find other places in the torso where it can expand into. If it's natural that we breathe into our belly, maybe it wants to explore the solar plexus, or come up into the chest and into the shoulders. Maybe it wants to expand back to front, front to back, or side to side. Just let the natural curiosity of the animated quality of the breath itself explore all the ways that you could breathe into your chest, torso, and belly. Maybe you notice that the breath wants to expand down all the way into the pelvic floor. Let the pelvic floor press into the earth, feeling the energy of the earth. Maybe you notice that the breath wants to come all the way up into the shoulders and neck till you feel the energy of the breath through the crown, touching the pineal, the blooming lotus crown at the top of the head, or maybe even venturing up to the soul star, 18 to 24 inches above our head. Maybe you notice the breath is like a ripple on the front of your body. It starts in the belly, moves up through the solar plexus and into the chest, and expands and contracts as you exhale the same way. But most, I'm going to invite you to notice the breath in its inhalation and exhalation like the tide. This breath has been traveling around your house, around your city, around the world, this air that has become breath, like a tide landing in your lungs, traveling from so far. All these molecules of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen, and this infinite sea of air and atmosphere now landing in your lungs, carrying information and energy from all over the planet. For you to receive not just the molecules of the gases to nourish your body, thank God for those, but also the energy and information of all the places, the oxygen and nitrogen and carbon dioxide, and all the other gases that we're breathing in. Where have they been? What have they seen? What have they heard? How have they been enlivened by the sun? So that when we inhale, we receive all of that energy and information, neutralized, harmonized, and dedicated to our own thriving. And our breath and our body receives that vitality, and you can feel the tissues and the cells all awake with vital energy. Vital energy suspended on one grand breath throughout your lifetime, connected to all of the planet. Right now, these molecules of oxygen could have come from a plant outside your window, a tree by the ocean, could have come from the Amazon rainforest and the Great Plains of Africa. We are suspended on Earth's own breath. We and the animals contribute to the carbon dioxide, plants contribute to the oxygen, and as we breathe, the planet breathes. And our breath in and out like the tide. And as we experience ourselves suspended on this ocean of breath, we start to notice this watery sensation in the body. We start to notice the breath as a flow in and out. And in this deepest part of summer, where the fire element is most active, we're going to take a moment to just feel that watery nature of the tide of breath. We are constantly experiencing. This tide of breath, this one great breath, in and out throughout life, this curious, exploratory breath, finding its way into all of our tissues, finding its way from points unknown all over the globe. This one great breath. Let it feel watery in the system. So you might find yourself in a little bit of movement in the body, a little bit of natural rocking. Just like the tide anywhere on the planet, when there is energy, water moves. Water carries the information of everything that it touches. Let yourself feel as water in natural connection and response to everything in the world and the space around you. Now let's play with a few different modes that water gets to inhabit. I want you to start with feeling water as the water in a great, undiscovered, underground cave. A deep pool of still, silent, dark, wet, calm, perfect peacefulness, undisturbed. Feel the energy of that water that hasn't moved for decades. Perfect potential. So malleable, immutable, and yet perfectly still because it's unperturbed, it's untouched. And now we're going to shift into feeling the energy of water as a bubbling spring. Feel that playful rising through the earth, getting pressed up by deep dynamics of pressure in the earth, but playful and calm, happy, bubbling feeling of ascent up towards the surface of the earth. And feel your nature in that rising, in that playfulness, in that curiosity, heading towards the sun. All the while suspended on the tide of breath. And now I'm going to invite you to feel yourself as the 40 and 50-foot waves off the coast of Navarre, Portugal, these grand monster waves from deep, powerful dynamics in the ocean, traveling for miles and miles and miles to become a 40 to 50-foot wave crashing on the rocky shore. Feel that building power inside of you, that rising, that climbing. Full of energy, full of power, full of expression. To crash on the waves, on the rocks, and recede back into the sea. As you feel these qualities of water, just let them seep into everywhere in the body. Let the gift of water harmonize any intensity in the system. Equalize anything that has gotten hard, disconnected, anything that has gotten agitated, too much fire. And then lastly, let yourself fall like rain. Let yourself be millions and millions of raindrops moving through space to gently land on the beautiful leaves and flowers and grasses and trees, to be the nourishing, watery energy moving from heaven back to earth. Feel yourself as a million raindrops, simultaneously separate and one phenomenon. And let that rain be perceived throughout the entirety of the body. Imagine that you are receiving the nourishment of that rain everywhere in the body that needed nourishment. And whether you choose to be the still, serene pool in a cave, untouched, the bubbling spring, the great wave, or the gentle rain, feel yourself as water. Now, as we move from the attunement into the practice, with this feeling of water, we're going to invite you to feel the water more specifically until you can feel what the fundamental nature of water is. It is ungraspable. It can't be held with a closed fist, but it can be gently and fleetingly held with open hands. You can't push water, but it can push you. Water naturally seeps down to find its most low resting point. It can form giant forceful waves or be perfectly still. That fundamental quality that is water, highly mutable, flowing to its most natural resting point. Take that quality and invoke that for yourself. Say, I flow. I am the tide that carries all things. I am the rain that nourishes. I am the wave that crashes. I am that which quenches thirst. And now that you are water, you are in contact, the fundamental nature of what water is. Going to invite you to search in your perceiving out into the universe, out into the great realms. Let that exploratory and curious quality of water move into your consciousness, into your awareness, and let it hunt out in the cosmos for where the blessings are that are desiring to move into your life. This is not a cognitive practice, this is a feeling practice. You're extending your feeling out into the universe, into the cosmos, into the realms to find the blessings. You might find the blessing of love. You might find the blessing of peace. You might find the blessing of awakeness. You might find the blessing of health, of resource. There are blessings waiting for you, undiscovered, untapped. Let them show up like a little ping on the radar of your consciousness. There's a blessing. I can feel it out there somewhere. I can feel it on my left-hand side. And it feels like deep and abiding peace. Now, with the quality of water that we have developed, you're going to see these blessings just like a flower petal get blown from the flower and land in a stream. And then they're on an adventure. On the stream of water that you are calling these blessings back to the grand ocean of your conscious awareness. These blessings, like flower petals floating down the stream, over the rocks, over the branches, until the stream empties into the river, and then the river empties into the ocean of your own conscious awareness. And as you feel these blessings show up, I'm going to invite you to actively feel and see them enter the body. Great peace in my body now, carried to me from far parts of the cosmos. Great strength, great courage, great clarity, great wisdom, great love, great acceptance, great openness, great humility, carried to me, landing in my body to be acknowledged, felt, and appreciated. That blessing that you've been waiting for, that you've been calling in, here now in your body. And you can have a feeling of celebration. It's here. It's here. It's finally here. That peace. Even if you can only feel it 1%, 10%, or 110%. That peace is here now. That strength is here now. That delight, that joy, that ecstasy is here now. And we drew it to us on the current of the great metaphysical energetic that is water. And feel that tide of breath again as water carrying these blessings throughout the entirety of the being. Feel these blessings permeating into the blood, being carried on the red blood cells to every cell, every tissue, to your brain, to your spinal column, to your organs, to your muscles, until you are suffused with blessings. Great transcendental spiritual blessings permeating every cell of your being. Until you can feel that great wave, that 50-foot wave, crashing on the shore of every cell in your body. This wave of blessings. So much blessings, it takes you to the edge of what you can receive. Can I receive this much? Can I make space for this much love, this much acceptance, this much delight, this much health, this much wealth? Can I feel the energetic, the fundamental core quality of those things in my beingness right now? And as you feel them, I invite you to say yes to them, to acknowledge, yes, these are here now. Yes, great blessings, you are here now. Yes, great blessings, I called you and you arrived. Yes, great blessings. Thank you. And here is the great secret. These blessings are not just for the receiving. All water lands on the shore, and returns to the ocean. So now, being filled with blessings, I'm going to invite you to watch yourself walk through the rest of your day and to be a fountain of blessings for everyone you encounter. It may be obvious, it may not be obvious, but just in the fundamental quality of your beingness, in your presence, in your lovingness, in your attention, you can feel the flow of blessings arriving in and being transmitted out, arriving in and flowing out and landing on the shore of the conscious or unconscious awareness of everything you interact with. So that now you become the bubbling spring. Now you become the beautiful fountain through which the blessings are transmitted, through which they flow. And again, whether it be a smile, a kind word, a clever joke, a helping hand, time spent, a meal made, a flower delighted in, a breeze appreciated. We are in the flowing of blessings to the people, plants, animals, the very breath itself. Feel yourself in the water cycle of the receiving and giving of these great blessings. Whether you pull them up from the earth, whether you receive them like rain from the heavens, know that you can be the bubbling spring, the deep still pool, the crashing wave, or the nourishing rain. And if you find yourself in a moment where it feels hard to feel the blessing, feels like maybe the water got really still and the blessings got calm, just know with the volition of your own choice, you can be in the flowing of the blessings again. In any given moment, you can choose to be a blessing to someone else. And just like that, it starts the cycle again. The giving of the blessing requires the drawing of the blessings to you. The appreciating of the blessings naturally attracts the blessings to you. So again, whatever that blessing is that your heart is desiring most, health, wealth, freedom, care, delight, ecstasy, bliss, illumination, transcendence, a friendly laugh, a beautiful sunset. Just know and affirm that that quality, whatever that fundamental nature is here now. I am peace. I am delight. I am strength. I am courage. I am care. I am love. I am God's own breath to be received, to be transmitted, to be appreciated, to be shared. I am this. I am this. We'll take a few moments to just let that seep into every crevice of this moment, to let it be a calming and healing water in a past moment, to send the blessing into a past moment in which you needed it most, and then to send this blessing into a future moment to be delighted in again. My friends, join me in a gratitude for the great gift of being a consciousness in a body such that we can perceive the universe's blessings. Join me in the gratitude of having this physical form that has the delight of experiencing delight. Join me in gratitude for being able to be the expression of a blessing. This divine blessing gets to express through us into the life of someone else. My friends, join me in gratitude for having choice and remembering that in any moment I can choose to find the blessing. Whether I'm experiencing something I would prefer, something I believe I would not prefer, in any moment I can choose to find a blessing. Let this great gratitude be offered as a prayer to the place where blessings come from, this vast, wild, and mysterious source of blessings, this unknown and unknowable fountain of divinity itself, springing up eternally from a place in the cosmos where blessings come from. Let this gratitude be our prayer of appreciation, to be in the flow of receiving and giving, giving and receiving, acknowledging and delighting, and choosing. Thank you, Fountain of Blessings. Thank you, Fountain of Blessings. Thank you, Fountain of Blessings. May the overflow that is the fundamental nature of what water is, may the overflow and merit of this practice be dedicated to all beings so that they may be liberated from the forgetting that they have choice. May they remember that choice is always present. May they remember and find their way back to the Fountain of Blessings. Thank you, my friends, coming and being in this practice with me. We'll take just a few delightful droplets of this water, send it to Amber for her healing. Take this moment to send blessings to anyone in your life that needs these blessings. And then we will send you on your way to be a fountain of blessings for those in your own life. Whether it be the cashier at the grocery store, person you pass on the street, a loved one, nature itself. And take just a moment. If there's anyone that has anything that would like to share, just offer voices in before I send you on your way. Pamela says a smile, a kind word, no harm done moments all the time. Thank you, Pamela, for always being with us. Delightful to have you. Beautiful. Well, my friends, I'm going to send you out into your day and just excited to know that there's miracles abound that are available from this practice. And may these blessings and these miracles animate in your life and for those that surround you. We'll see you again next month.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.